Hello everybody, I'm trying to start the stream, but this little guy's being chaotic. He's headbutting the screen right now. He's trying to contain him. Hello everybody, how are you doing? I love him, he's great. Anyway, how's everybody? Oh, he's licking his ass. Great timing. Hey there, Siphon, Fate, RGV Hemi. Hey Lilith, Uranium. Cass, thank you so much for that resub. Hey Dilf Ocean. When Sophia, hello. Hey everybody, hope I didn't miss anybody. Heliocards, if that's how you pronounce it. Welcome, thank you for the follow.
Let your papa do his job. We must say that is, and I don't think they're yours.
I mean, maybe they're being Steve. What do you know? Look at that. Look at those. Look at those chompers. Beautiful chompers he has. Thank you, cards. Little freaks are your favorite? Oh, then you'll love Bean. Delta, thank you so much for the follow. It is indeed teeth time. I have a very specific idea for today. It's something that another one of those ideas that's just been in my brain for a long time, and now I just have an excuse to make it. So, real quick, the concept of what are you doing, Bean? The concept of this stream is oh my god.
I love carnivorities. So sharp, so pointy, so tiny in our little faces.
But yeah, the concept I'm doing for the last few streams, and probably like not all of them, but some of the following streams as well, is I'm going back through old prompts from the Cursed Files challenge, which is a prompt challenge that we run on the Discord. Every couple of weeks, I post a new prompt there. So it's one of those like, like one of those Inktober type challenges, but instead of being one thing every day, it's much more relaxed. There's a new prompt every 2 weeks, and I post those prompts, but I often don't have time to do something for those prompts if I'm very busy. So I'm kind of just going back, doing a little catch up, and going back through all these prompts, just as an excuse to just do a bunch of little one-off things, which it's good. I like doing that. I like having an excuse to do that. So that's the idea. And I have a bunch of prompts here. These are all the prompts. Obviously, it's very small for you to read it, but it's just my own notes. That's the whole list of prompts that I'm trying to get through. We've gone through 3 for now, and today would be the 4th. I started doing them in order, but now I'm just gonna kind of skip around, I think. Hello, Bean. Oh, yeah. What's up? He's acting crazy today. And we love him for it. Oh, he's hit him with his tail. Valium asked the 14 extra cents I need to sub to the Patreon. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Twitch doesn't load my stream? Oh no. Sorry, Sora. Hope you can figure that out. Well, I guess Sora cannot see this. Trying out cosplay? Is that cosplay but out of clay? I hope so. Okay, so the last few things that I've made have been for these prompts. The first one was Mimic, and I'm just gonna quickly show you what I have been up to, in case you've seen the recent uptick in just one-off pieces of arts. This one was for the prompt mimic. So they are rock mimicking crabs. Then I did something for the prompt in your face, which, you know, it is something that grows in your face. So sticking close to the prompts there. For the third one I did, it was nails. That's not as sticking as close to the prompt, but you know, it's still derived from it, so fine with it. I had this idea a long time ago of just a disease that turns your body into clay, because I really wanted this image of like someone's fingers kind of leaving a mark, an impression on the skin. I thought that was like a cool, pretty gross feeling image, so I kind of just made that whole disease around it. I posted this one today. If you haven't seen it, give it a share, or don't. You're free to do whatever you want. Yeah, this one really got me when I saw it. Oh, thank you. I just saw a logo. Sometimes you have to hide it in plain sight. So yeah, today we're jumping a bit in the lists. We're doing one that's in the middle of the list. These are the first ones that I've done. Now we're doing one that is down here, so pretty much like down the middle. The prompt is teeth, as is the name of the stream. I'm gonna be naming the streams after the prompts, so in case you're ever curious. That's what the all caps word in my titles is gonna be when I do this. Yeah, the prompt is teeth, and that's another one of the ideas that I've had a long time ago that I just never really got around to. Where it's your teeth start growing, but instead of growing towards the outside, they grow towards the inside. So what I would like to do is an X-ray, and we can see the roots of the teeth just growing upwards and invading the rest of the face. That's the concept. That's what I want to go for. Yeah, that's the vibe. Will be my third X-ray piece, so hopefully I'm getting better at those. Like a cage? I guess, like a cage that pierces your eyes and brain. It's more like a series of horrible spikes. So yeah, that's the idea I have for today. I just gotta have to bring that to fruition. And first step is obviously looking for X-rays. So hold on. I have a cat that's right in front of me. Well, I'll pull out the tablet later. Let's hop on to the browser. There it is. And what am I gonna look for first? Okay, so I have two main options of what kind of X-ray to choose. Oh, frontal X-ray or skull. There it is. Either just the full skull as a regular X-ray, hopefully something without crowns so you can see the teeth a bit better. Or skull from the side, that actually looks pretty good. That's pretty good there. Or a... Oh, I can't remember the name of this X-ray in English. These. Yeah, those like dentist specific X-rays where they take, you know, a whole like panoramic view of the teeth. I think either of these would be good. Like this one would be a little shorter, like it wouldn't, we wouldn't see how the teeth grow into the eye sockets and stuff. So this one will be a bit more limited, but also pretty clear. I think that's here. It's really easy to see. We're looking at teeth. You can see the shape perfectly. While in this sort of X-ray, we obviously know just through context, but it's a little harder to tell the individual teeth apart. Especially if there are no crowns, I can see. Like so, right? It's a little harder there. Ingrown teeth, exactly. There's a pig that has tusks that keep growing, and they can grow into their skulls. Yeah, I remember seeing those. That's metal. Jenna Raid. Hold on, did that not pop up, or did it not make a sound? Welcome, Jenna Raid. How is your stream? Welcome everybody. Okay, so and thank you Sora for the shout out to Jenna. Welcome folks. I hope you had fun in Jenna's stream. I'm Eduardo, if you have never seen me, and I make Photoshop horror. So first of all, you're coming in from a raid, so be advised, we do some body horror here. If you're not comfortable with that, then maybe this one's not for you, but we're not going to show anything like too gory or anything. Just the concept and it's on its own is body horror, but we're going to be showing it through an X-ray, so it's shown through a bit of a layer. And also, while he's here, meet Bean. He's our little assistant here. He likes to jump on the table. He likes to throw the tea all over the place. Yeah, he's great. He helps a lot. We love him. You can go, Bean. You're excused. Beat Pepper Grinder? Oh, I gotta check that game out. It looks really fun. Started playing a horror game demo called Holston. Holston? What is it about? Jenna did a great job at games today and she beat every boss on the first try. Don't ask about it. Okay, I shall not ask. I hope these are normal fungus-free skulls. Yeah, no fungi in this one, don't worry. It's just gonna be teeth. Horrible, horrible teeth. What about your work in Curious Archive? Hell yeah! Hope you enjoyed that video. It was fun collaborating on that. Only one fungi in the stream. Me.
Congrats, Jenna, on being good at games.
But yeah, the idea we're going with today is we're gonna create a horrible fake disease where your teeth start growing inwards instead of growing towards the outside. The roots of your teeth start growing into your skull and, you know, into your eye sockets, your nasal cavity, anything that's up there. Maybe it could even like grow down through the jaw. Might be fun, but I was mostly thinking of up. We're gonna show that through an X-ray. So we try not to be like super gory. Show it sort of indirectly, which is a pretty fun way of showing body horror, because you show it in this indirect way and you leave it up to the imagination to finish that thought and just, you know, you leave it up to people to scare themselves. Make it come out of the forehead narwhal style. That's good. Yeah, we're happy. Oh, the teeth are going to be happy. The person with them, not so much. Also, let's turn on Bean Cam. Hey, there he is. It's kind of ass first, but close enough. So yeah, I'm gonna show a similar thing for the newcomers. I'm gonna show a similar thing I did a while ago, where I used an X-ray, and it also was teeth related. So I guess this one could be a sort of spiritual successor to this bad boy. The story behind this one, the fake disease, is it's called calcium hyperproficiency, and it's your body starts, your vitamin D starts getting messed up, and your calcium, starts freaking out basically, and instead of, producing bone, it starts producing teeth all over your bones. That was a really fun one. I basically just mixed 2 X-rays together. Just a dental X-ray plus a hand X-ray. And, the finger's broken. And that was broken in the actual X-ray. Like, the X-ray was of a broken finger. So I put I put a tooth through it. Which really, really worked out there. It was fun. Mechtel 30 stream streak. Hell yeah. Also, I forgot to thank everybody for the follows. Okay. Let's see who's here. Gremlin Lady, King Louis, your beloved Izzy, Kelly Rowena, hey. Silver Sun Peppy, Big Snail, Thief Giver. What a perfect name for today. Hell yeah. Glitter Lich, and Arctic. Thank you all for the follows. I love all your fake illnesses. Thank you so much. Inspired you to make a few of your own. Really? I want to see that. Can you show me? That's super cool. Sorry, to me as an artist, like, one of the best things someone can tell me is that they were inspired by something I did and, did a thing of their own. I think that's the most wonderful thing. So that's really cool. Bean is being chaotic. Oh. Bye. This tooth hand is the first thing you ever saw from me on Twitter. Hell yeah. Well, this one was originally from November 2021, so that's a while. But I did repost it a few times since, so you might have seen one of the reposts. I think even the repost did way better than the original too, so it's more likely than you saw it like on 2022 or something. Don't recall exactly when I reposted this. You have no art yet, but I can tell you about them. You can tell me about them, yeah. 100+ stream streak. Yeah, Twitch robbed you of that one. Okay, so we're here looking for X-rays. For now, just as generated, I was thinking about which type of X-ray to go with. We have this option, a full base X-ray, which could be from the front or from the side. I think the side should be more visible, because in the front, you're looking at the teeth, but like the base of the skull is right behind it, so it gets muddled a little bit. It gets a little hard to see, You can see the teeth, but if you just want to focus on that, it's kind of hard. Unless, they have crowns, but a side X-ray like this one is probably better if we go like full skull. The other option is one of these dental X-rays. If you've ever gone to the dentist, did an X-ray, it probably looked like this. And yeah, it's just like the best way to see teeth. And this one's like really clear because we can see each tooth super well, and we can see the roots, we can see everything very clearly, but it's also a little bit more limited. We can't show the teeth going through the eye sockets, so it's a trade-off. I think there's more like readability of the teeth, or a fuller picture with more of the gruesome effects. Heading out to make food. Hell yeah, enjoy your food, Jenna. Thanks again for the raid. You're doing a story about a parasite that can take over any dead or inanimate object, like taxidermy, stuffed animals, mannequins, etc. Ooh, that's fun. I like parasites. Jenna's dropping off at horror art on her way to dinner. Just imagining that at a hunting lodge or natural history museum. Hell yeah, that's the hunting grounds for that creature. Okay, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think we should go for? Dental x-ray or full face x-ray? Obviously, this is Google Images. We're just showing examples. We would have to look for one that's usable, but there's also this projection, which really wouldn't be used for this type of thing, but it is a cool projection. It looks pretty creepy. This one looks so cursed. I love it. With the open mouth too. Looks like a ghost. This is a type of x-ray that you make to see the sinuses, right? You can see it here, these little air pockets. Little air pockets, your maxillary sinuses. So they're just, you know, air pockets. If you ever had sinus infection, you know where it hurts. Also here, there's a frontal sinus. Thankfully, I've never had any big sinus infections, but I know people who do, and they can be pretty awful. But it is a cool X-ray. It looks pretty creepy. Every one of these X-rays looks like a ghost in agony. It's so funny. This one's like kind of the opposite, kind of like this. Kind of looks like an evil skull a little bit. Looks so cursed. Used to get so many sinus infections. You had surgery where they put a balloon in your sinus and inflated. Oh, they opened it up. Yeah. Oddly anglerfish-like. Yeah, it looks like it's about to eat you. Specifically the anglerfish from Outer Wilds. Eon of the Fall, thank you so much for the follow. Like illness where people slowly turn into candy. Okay, so I'm thinking we're gonna start looking through Wikimedia. I'm kind of afraid because the Wikimedia, when you look through anything anatomical, you can get some NSFW, just like some normal nudity, but I'm always afraid of stumbling upon that on Twitch. But I think if we look for specifically X-ray skull, we should be fine. I don't think that's gonna pop up with anything suspicious. What is this? Hell yeah. Also, what is this disco skull? What's going on? Anyway. We don't have a lot here. Skull fracture. Oh, this one's just so grainy. Caramel Danson, yeah. Sir Gloomy. And the Green Hearted. Thank you guys for the follows. Oh, that's a pretty cool X-ray. I love when they're inverted like this. It's always like counterintuitive. And I have used, I think it might be this exact X-ray on the Facade series. Actually, yeah, I kind of forgot about that one. That would make it I would make this the 4th X-ray thing I've done. There's the hand that I showed you before. Let me show you the others. There's the parasitoid wasp here. There's a wasp that slowly eats your brain, and as it does, to keep you alive, it'll start imitating the electrical patterns that your brain produces, those areas that it's eating of the brain produces, until eventually it'll slowly just eat more and more of the brain and mimic more and more of the brain, so it will eventually just learn how to completely imitate your brain until, you know, it's time for it to hatch. And okay, that would be the second one I did. Where's the facade? That's the other one here. Oh, wait. I meant here. With the teeth. I guess very similar to what we're doing today. Different vibe, but similar in concept. Sketch, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, I'm silly. Like, hold on. I just closed the window. Give my OBS a second to figure out what it's doing. There it is. Hello, Bean. You're meowing at me. Hello. It's been noisy today. Your clay came out great. You fell asleep, obviously. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, not anything great on Wikimedia. We shouldn't have much issue just finding this type of regular X-ray, though. We could just look in on Photoshop directly. I have this Photoshop plugin that just lets you do a search through a bunch of different free stock sites. So we can do skull X-ray. I don't know if I have to separate that into 2 words with a dash. Like this. Okay. This one has a few more. What is up, Bean? It's going well today. Yeah. This one doesn't have the part we need. We have a pretty good front-facing one. Not the highest quality, but it could be made to work. Let's keep looking though. Oh, these ones would be pretty good if it wasn't up the neck. If it was just focused a little on more on the face. The sinus X-rays, we would have to find. It's a pretty rare projection because it's only used for like one niche thing. Did you just learn how to open the? He just learned how to open the door. Where do you want to go? Learning. Oh my god. Like, well, it wasn't like fully closed. I don't think he would have been able if it was like perfectly closed. So, but he managed to just pull on it from the side. He's so smart. But yeah, the sinus X-ray is probably going to be hard to find that specific projection because it's pretty rare. It's not used very commonly. So yeah, that's going to be probably hard to find that specific image. He's very clever. What's up, Bean? he gave up already. He just opened it ever so slightly, but it didn't manage to go much further than that. Would you be uncomfortable using Reddit to like find images? Oh yeah, absolutely. You can't just use Reddit or Google, or you have to find it in a specific place that lets you know what the copyright is, and that is, you know, kind of a trusted source. Because I can't just use any photo willy-nilly. It has to either be licensed or be in the public domain, or just have any like sort of compatible CC license that allows me to use it, edit it, and you know, do whatever I want with it. What's up with this guy's chin? He's like protruding it like this. I think putting skull in the search is just making it more confusing. Let's just look for X-ray. It's gonna have other types of X-rays, but you know. Oh, there's one of the teeth ones. My third option is Adobe Stock, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be good X-ray pictures on Adobe Stock. But let's see if we're lucky and got anything good here. Oh, we could do a CT. I mean, if we only had a good full picture of a CT, not this, but just like giving me ideas. With a 3D reconstruction, if we could find like the full image of this, I would be so happy. I would be a happy boy. Whoa, this smells pretty gnarly, like as is. It's a child, so you can see the teeth, like the adult's teeth, just there on the inside, which is always pretty gnarly. There's something inherently creepy about CTs. Hey, also, hi, Stephanie. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, CTs kind of feel like you're looking at a slice of that person, which is inherently creepy indeed. Oh, here's another one with like the adult teeth still growing. Teeth giver saying, I'll always love some teeth horror. Of course you would. I wouldn't expect less of you. Ever been approached to work on a game? I actually have a little game of my own. It's a TTRPG that I'm working on currently. It's gonna be out in a few months if all goes well. It's a small solo TTRPG. I recently had a Kickstarter campaign to fund it. But that ended already, unfortunately. But hopefully it's going to be another round where you can get like the physical book. Hello, Bean. You're gonna sleep now? It looks like. He's finding his position. Do you have any comments about the game? No, because there are currently no links to show people. When we have it up somewhere, I will. For now, there's only the Kickstarter, but that's done. Hello, Bean. Hello. He's Wants to kiss my fingers. And it's sleep time. The stream start very late for you. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Stephanie. Okay, let's keep looking. Here's another pretty good front-facing one. Oh, those aren't the best. If only this one wasn't so grainy and didn't have this whole part like blown up. They sent you to a really shitty dentist. Dentist was fixing your fillings and fused two of your teeth together. No! It actually slightly offset your teeth because you couldn't close your mouth the same after. Oh no, Lilith, that's horrible. Did you never get that fix? I'm sorry. That sucks. Okay, we're getting unrelated pictures. So let's look in my third option, which is Adobe Stock. Let's see. I haven't gone to Adobe Stock in a while, so let's see if it does remember my login. Okay. Search for X-ray. Just see what they got in general. And the search here is better, so we can probably do X-ray skull. Okay, I actually have this one already downloaded, it says. See, I knew Adobe Stock would have, you know, it has some wacky shits. Some very stock photo style weird shit, but in between those are some real X-rays that are, this one's pretty good. This is no, actually this I know I have this one downloaded. I have used this one in the parasitoid wasp. That's where the wasp goes. This one might be good though, because we can see the teeth fairly clearly and we can see the face here. Just gonna hit download again. It's a good option. You want to go front facing. Let's see, maybe we're lucky and there's even a sinus X-ray. Ugh, AI generated bullshit. This it marks it, but I'm gonna filter that out. But yeah, even sometimes you'll even find AI shit if you filter that out. Which is wild, like, you're a stock company. This is exactly the things you should be fighting against, but whatever. Ended up going to a dentist that specializes in nervous patients with dental trauma. Had to pay out of pocket for a while. It was worth it, yeah. Damn, dentists are expensive. It's pretty wild. Your teeth's fucked up too. No, teeth giver. What happened to your teeth? You got teeth growing out of the sides of your gum for a while. It sorted itself out. I'm glad. Yeah, shit has destroyed Google Images. Yeah, there is an extension you can get. Hold on. Let me get you the name. It's U Blacklist. So the letter U and then Blacklist. And you can filter, like basically blacklist entire sites out of Google results. And I'm gonna write that in chat. So you add that to your browser, and every time you find a, you'll go to Google and you see this little thing, block this site. If you see a site that has AI images, you just block it, and that gets rid of most of them. It's great. It has really, really, really improved Google Images for me because it sucked. One of the streamers I follow is a scientific illustrator and was trying to find references for art they were preparing. And the first result was literally their own art. That's so funny. It's like sometimes I'll Google something and I'll find my own art, like a creature or something I've done. And I'll find my own art. It happened with the, what was it? The California Dark Watchers, which I did a few years ago. It's a folklore creature from California, and here it is in a YouTube video that's stole it from a thumbnail, and here it is again. None of these are credited. Apparently the animated characters database fandom has that too. Oh, a TikTok. Also known as Os Vigilantes. You missed an L. You literally misspelled the thing you were trying to explain. Anyway, it's really funny. And there's like, here it is. There's a sticker. Someone's selling a sticker and it's like literally my art. Like it's those two guys. It's so funny. And then there's like similar ones, but my art is pretty prevalent in there. It's quite funny. Hitting former guy on their asses. I wish. One of your paintings, probably because it is about an obscure mythological creature, became one of the top results on Google for a while. Oh yeah. And this, the Slide Rock Bolter? Did that also appear? That one's pretty recent, so I don't think it'll appear on Google. Oh, but yeah, I think you mean like Google, like a YouTube video that stole that for the thumbnail. Yeah, that happened as well. No, but mine doesn't appear on here. It's pretty recent, so maybe it'll appear in the future. It doesn't usually appear very soon after it's been posted. If I look up the I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. I'm just gonna copy paste it. And it's out wearing a woman wearing a bear skin under birch trees. It's this one. This one's not birch trees. C4, thank you so much for the resub. Hell yeah. Is it here? I mean, if I missed it. What is this one? Oh wait, it's Pinterest, so it's got blocked. Oh, was it this one? That got... Hold on, I think this is my... It's just holding some leaks. Cute. Oh, this one. Oh yeah, birch tree. I hadn't noticed that. That's true. That's you. Hell yeah. I was so focused on this one. I didn't notice. Anyway, it's funny when you have something pop up in the first results of Google. There's what's the SCP 173. It doesn't appear anymore, but it used to be like one of the first results here. It's still pretty high up. It's here now. But yeah. It is still one of the first ones that pops up, and on my website too. I noticed because I kept getting traffic on my website on that specific page because people looked up that SCP and clicked there. You're Twitch famous, Lily. I don't know, some of these stock photos are so funny. They look like the share zone. Whoa, look at this cool realistic X-ray. Ooh, we have a few different, slightly different projections here. Pretty good, actually. Can I zoom in? Doesn't let me. Okay, I actually have this one already downloaded from, I guess, at one point where I was looking for X-rays as well. The front-facing one here looks pretty good. This one also might be good. It's like this sort of projection. So I don't know if we'll be able to see the teeth very well. I'll pull it into Photoshop and zoom in later. For now, let's see what else we can find. This one's pretty good. This is one of those where they paint a red spots. That's how people use it in articles about headaches. Whoa, hold on. Did they used liquefy. They expanded the vertebrae. That's so funny. I cast vertebrae liquefy on you. I hate when a glowing red spot appears on your body. It's truly the worst. Okay, this one, I already had it, I guess. Very good quality X-ray collection. Trust me. It's good quality. Oh, it's always kind of freaky when you can see the soft tissue as well on an X-ray. There's MRIs too. The problem about MRIs is that you're just getting a slice, so it's kind of hard to show like just a bunch of teeth growing. There's so many skeletons dancing. They're having a good time. Is that it? I guess that's it. Okay, we don't have like a huge amount of options, but this place, Adobe stock, as much shit as I give it, had some, like, definitely the best ones we found so far, and a lot of dancing skeletons, which is always a good sight to see. We love to see that. Okay, so I'm gonna get this one, this one. Guess I already got that. Yeah. This one I already got as well. One's kind of hard to see. I think I'll leave that one out for now. Let's try the other ones. I gross myself out by thinking of your pregnancy parasite again. It had a second aftershock, I guess. Okay, hold on. Now that Bean is comfortably sleeping, I can take my tablet. Because otherwise he would have sat on it. He would have tried lying down on it. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Bunch of pictures. Okay, let me zoom into this one. Have you seen the My Little Pony infection I use? I have a friend who really likes My Little Pony, and she showed me some of it, but didn't do more than take a peek. Okay, like this one's fairly creepy looking, but we're seeing the teeth from above, so it's kind of hard to show the concepts what we want to do. I'm using a soft light here just to darken some areas, just to see what kind of contrast I can get out of things. Dentist said the best course of action was to give you 4 new teeth, not even missing any, but that's what he said. Hey, never say no. Never say no to free new teeth, you know? Don't look at a gift horse in the teeth. Also welcome, this is me. Oh, and thanks for the save reminder. Thankfully I already have this saved as teeth, so it already has a name. Okay, this one's pretty good. We can see the teeth quite well. This one's pretty decent as well. I kind of like front facing because we've done this kind of side x-ray a lot. And I feel like here, as opposed to this one here, where you can do like maybe 2 or 3 teeth, in this one we would be able to show like the full effects. We'll be able to show it like, you know, going through the eye and into the brain, that sort of thing, which is pretty gnarly. This one seems similar, but with the mouth open. Another side one. And this one again has a mouth open, but it's a pretty similar angle to this. Could teeth grow on the inside of the skull? Yeah. That's exactly what we're going for. Like the roots of your teeth start growing upwards and essentially puncturing everything. Like they would go into your nose and block it. They would pierce your eyes, make you blind, and eventually get to your brain. And I feel like they wouldn't go like perfectly straight up. They would just kind of wind around. So if you saw it from the outside, you could see like maybe like this, right? There's like shapes kind of poking out from the skin, even like breaking out. I don't know if that makes sense. Also, like, it's like my finger for nothing. What did you say for Mectal? Hold on. Oh, you were talking about the close Photoshop thing, yeah. Mectal was a kind Sol. Yeah, teeth vines would be a fun description, yeah. Okay, so my favorites so far are this one. This one's pretty good as well. Just feel like the open, it's fairly similar, right? These and this. But this one with the open mouth, this looks a little creepier, but the teeth are a little harder to see as well. So we would have to help that out, just make them stand out a little more. Which, you know, shouldn't be a huge problem. Could do that manually. But let's check out the others we got. Let's see if we got any other better projections. Here we only got 2 skulls. And the side one is pretty good. Although the cut here is a little weird. We can see no soft tissues. I might research Photoshop tools just to have a better idea of which one to ban. See, that's what you always gotta be attentive. You gotta see what I'm using. Okay, the color in this one messes with it. Get this weird blotchy feel. So that's kind of annoying. Yeah, not really in love with this one. Kind of hard to see the 2 rows of teeth. Let's see what else we got. I'm probably gonna have to turn this actually. It's gonna be a vertical image, but we'll do that after we settle on it. I thought this was more examples of the other teeth this teeth is. I mean, I could make it related. That's fun. But my idea was that it's a sort of a cancer of the tissues inside the teeth. So it starts like propagating more tooth tissue all over. Which is not realistic. Like teeth are like a really complex and specialized tissue, and when you get a cancer of like specialized tissues, they are often benign. They won't grow a lot. When you get like malignant tumors is when you have cancers of like more less difference, or I don't know if difference is a word in English. Cells that are like closer to stem cells, basically. They can do all sorts of different tissues, so they're you know, more like indistinct blobs than a specific tissue. When you get cancer that does like very specific tissues, it's usually pretty self-contained. Like you've probably heard of teratoma, often used as like, oh, horror in real life. In real life, if you get a teratoma, it's not really a big deal. It's most of them are benign, and when they become malignant, or when they are malignant, it's when they're not the ones that form teeth and hair and stuff. And if you've never heard about teratoma is a cancer, benign cancer that forms like specialized skin or like ectodermal tissues. So, you know, it forms skin, teeth, hair, pretty like advanced tissues, and it looks, you know, that looks pretty gross. They can grow pretty big, but they're often not really dangerous. You just like take them out if you notice them. And when they do become malignant is when they stop doing all those like fancy tissues and just focus on growing. So they become more like stem cells, you know? We are indeed in the bone zone today, super. Do layers count as a Photoshop tool? No, that's like more of a feature.
Val dropping that nature and medicine is wild lore.
Gotta draw some real life lore sometimes. The Discord, the invite link in my Discord, it's expired. Really? Wait, can someone who's not on the Discord try out that link? That's strange. Oh, I might have to change it. Don't know why it expired. Maybe it had a time limit or something. Oh, you copy pasted it and it worked. Okay. That's strange. Well, at least it worked. That's good.
The human body is really good at making all kinds of weird things grow. You can grow extras of a lot of body parts.
I mean, yeah, depends on the body part, but when you're an adult, usually there are a lot of tissues in your body have already kind of stopped multiplying. Like your neurons, obviously most people know that neurons don't really multiply when you're already an adult. They're usually like when you're a teenager, a lot of your neurons die, and not because, you know, teenagers are dumb or something. That's actually a way for the brain to sort of, you know, mature. A lot of your neurons die, and it kind of trims. It's like a bush that's overgrown and you're kind of trimming it. And yeah, it just makes the whole brain more efficient. That's why you say you're not really, like, your brain isn't fully developed until you're an adult, until you're in your 20s. That's because that process hasn't really finished. But yeah, your muscle cells, when you're an adult, you already have like your final number of muscle cells. Specifically speaking about the you know, regular muscles, like the muscles that connect your bones and stuff, and heart muscles. Yeah, those are pretty much like done once you're an adult. When you train them, you're growing each of those muscle cells. They grow, but he's snoring. Each of those muscle cells grow, but you don't get new cells. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, this one's pretty good.
I written said there's this one bit of music for piano that is only really playable if you have an extra finger on both hands, and that kind of thing greatly amuses me.
That's called polydactylia, when you have more than the normal number of fingers. And that's fun that someone did a piano piece just for people with polydactylia.
You probably have already, but have you seen Andrew of a fetus in the stomach?
Fetus in the stomach? I've never heard about fetus in the stomach. It seems really high up for a fetus. There's sometimes like a fetus will implant in the peritoneum. Peritoneum. I don't know how to pronounce that in English. You know, instead of like going into the uterus, it'll go out through the fallopian tubes and into the, like, basically the outside, and it'll kind of float around and implant somewhere. Completely wrong. Really life-threatening, really dangerous stuff. But yeah, that's pretty high up to get up to the stomach. It's not impossible though. And the fun weird body thing, I have an extra tear duct outside one of your eyes. There's a hole under one of your eyes. I have a hole in my palate here. In the basically like the front part of my hard palate. There's a hole and I can pull air through it. I don't really know where it goes. Everyone I've shown this to is baffled. I don't mean, you know, just folks I've shown it to. I've shown this to like maxillary surgeons, like people who that's a specialty that exists in Spain. It's maxillofacial surgeons. They literally, like, their whole domain is the face and this bone, and they didn't know, like, they couldn't explain what I had. But I have this little hole, and sometimes it's blocked, like right now, so I can't do the sound, but I can kind of whistle through it. It's very, very small. It's kind of hard to notice. Like, it's usually, if I tried to like physically show you or take a photo, you wouldn't really see it because it's you know, this like folds of mucosa kind of covering it, but you can hear it. It's really strange. Nobody can really explain it. I've tried showing it to experts just out of curiosity, just as I was checking other things, and they were all kind of baffled. Yeah, my body has some weird things. There's Rofio as well, of course. I forgot Val literally does medical stuff. Not anymore, but I studied medicine. A fetus that went into the kidney? Yeah. I assume mine is from birth. I don't know. I also wonder, because I started noticing it when I had my teeth done. So okay, I didn't have really, like, my teeth were mostly fine, but the top row of teeth and the bottom row were didn't fit together, basically. Like this row, the top row of teeth, they were too narrow, and so the, you know, the kind of hard to show. Naturally, your top teeth should go like over on the sides, like should go over the bottom teeth a little to fit perfectly. Mine, the top teeth were too narrow compared to the bottom, and so I had to basically put an expansor, a thing that slowly pulled my bones apart over many months, and I had to just twist it once every day so it'll slowly pull it apart. It was very annoying. And it basically allowed kind of the bone to grow a little and to, you know, have both rows be in the same place. But then, you know, my teeth were all messed up from that, so I had to then fix my teeth. It took years. But I always suspected it had something to do with that, because I started noticing the palate hole after that. So it either like created it or increased it. Yeah, I had my palate pulled apart by force. I'm getting so distracted, but I love these stories. You have anosmia, that's called. Anosmia in Spanish, at least. Anosmia, maybe in English. Yeah, talking about Bells, who doesn't have the sense of smell. That's called anosmia. Was it painful or just uncomfortable and inconvenient? Painful at times, just kind of having a pressure there. Sometimes it did, like, it did have little twinges of pain, but it was mostly just uncomfortable pressure. You eventually get used to it. It's something so constant like that, you will get used to it. You slowly crank it out to where the teeth go. Yeah. and you have to like twist. There's a little wheel that you have to twist every day. You inherited some sort of fucked up tooth thing from your father. You had to get a bunch of teeth pulled when I was a kid. Oh no. You didn't have your your front four top row teeth until the second grade when the adult teeth came in. Damn. Having that name with that S in it and having a permanent lisp was super frustrating. That's, yeah, that sounds awful. Bad coincidence. okay. Let's I've been doing too much story time. But I hope you enjoy medical story time with Val. I hope that is enriching to you. Kind of hard to see the teeth in this one. Not my favorite of the bunch. Then this one's just blown up. Don't love it. Wish I had like whatever's on the left of this. We can't have it all. This one might be good if we need like separate teeth, because look at that. It's pretty. Okay, and we also got to take care of the specifically which teeth we're using for those like teeth spikes, because the front teeth, the smaller ones, they just have like the one roots, while the bigger ones in the back, the molars, have two roots. So each of those will be an individual spike. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying Bean Ass. Oh, hello, did I bother you? Sorry, Bean. I was about to say that image is delicious, but I had to stop and reconsider my words. I imagine molars in the front and got really uncomfortable. Yeah, he's loafing. Ooh, he makes little noises. I don't know if the mic picks those up. It just kind of does a little beep when you touch him, when he's kind of sleepy and you put your hand on him. It just goes meep. Hello, boy. Oh, he's purring. He's purring and kissing my fingers. So lucky. Here, more bean for you. Bean, say hi to chats. Cat activation noise, that's exactly what he does. Velvet Wolf, thank you for the follow. Hold on, just a Bean moment. Oh, he's being so cute. Yes? No kiss. Okay. That's fair. No? No kiss. It's like, I already gave you the one. What breed is he? He's a Siamese. I don't know if pure or not, we got him from the streets. He was abandoned as a little kid. As a little child cat, he was abandoned by some evil person. And then we rescued him. Saludos. Hey, Jonathan. And now he's loved by so many. Yeah. He's the luckiest kid in the world. Aren't you? Yeah. And now he's friend with two doggies who really love him. And every time they see him, they just chase him to just give him a million kisses. It's so funny. I really was expecting that when he met the dogs, it would be like mayhem and the dogs would start barking because they saw cats. And instead, they just started kissing him constantly. Like, the dogs will go see him, they'll be there for like 15 seconds, and ooh, big stretch. They'll be there for 15 seconds, and then you touch Bean, and you pet him, and he's like all wet. Just from dog slobber. No Bean. Oh. Has Bean like them? Yeah, he's very chill around them. He's a bit more afraid of the big one. Because he goes like, he like runs excitedly towards him, and Bean is like, oh shit, getting attacked. So he'll like get spooked because he's like really energetic. But he doesn't do it out of, you know, malice or anything. He's just very happy to see him. And but yeah, Bean will kind of be startled by that. And, you know, the big dog is also a shepherd dog, so he wants to have everyone kind of controlled, and if the cat moves, he'll go like really go check on him excitedly, and Bean gets a little spooked.
We must always stop pets, kisses, and treats. All hail Bean.
Let's give Bean a treat. Bean, you're getting a treat. Oh yeah. Yeah. Your favorites. What's your favorites? Okay. Bump. Stay here, stay here. Oh, I want to give you treats. And I want chat to hear the crunch. That was, yeah, good crunch, mates. Yeah, get the treat dust. Don't leave any treat flavor. Feast. He's feasting. Yeah. There's a video out there of cows licking the crap out of a cat. I've seen that one. It's great. Was it? Oh no, I saw one of deer. A bunch of deer licking a cat. The cat was just taking it, enjoying it. He's so spoiled, he is. Hello, Bean. Okay, I think my favorite might be these two. So I think that's what we're going to run with. So we're going to do one thing real quick. We're going to expand that to take over the screen sideways like that. See if it's decent quality enough. Yeah, that was good. Then we're gonna rotate that. Hope I rotated it the correct way. I think I click on clockwise. Yes, okay. I didn't even check. It's just like 90 degrees. Whatever direction, please. 50% chances that it's the right direction. Pets are for spoiling, yes. He's a spoiled little man, aren't you? Yeah. Pull his face back like this and he just looks at me like... Feel the sleepy overtaking you? Go to sleep, Mackie. Gonna hang out, but once I haven't talked in a while. Okay, that sounds good. And that will be completely understandable. If you suddenly disappear, we shan't be worried. Wanna come up, Bean? Hop on. I think he doesn't love hopping on my shoulders here as much because there's not enough cover here, so he kind of feels a little more insecure up there. But it's okay. You're safe. You're safe. You're never gonna fall. Come on, hop on. Come on. He's he's thinking about it. Hop on. He's currently covering my tablet. That's why I can't work until I've convinced him. He's so chill, yeah. He was headbutting me. It's so cute. Are you gonna clean my beard? No. Sometimes he'll think my beard is like cat hair, so he'll start licking it like he's grooming it. It's so cute. Come on up. Yep. No. You don't take the pen. The pen is not a toy. Come on. Oh, he's going. He's going. Going. There you go. Oh, yeah. That's my boy. I'm gonna sit down lower, like this. So you have a little barrier behind you. You feel safer. There he is. Oh, Lucas. Thank you. You want a cat in the future or a pigeon? Both good options. I've heard pigeons are great pets. The cat bird. Bean is a kitty and a pigeon. Tried to teach my cat that trick the other day and she just looked at me like I'm 17 years old, you're not making me learn anything. You know what? I respect that. So I want the at least this row of teeth from this picture, because in this picture you can't really see them very clearly. And you know, I'm kind of, you know, making a fake x-ray, but it's for the sake of visibility. If any radiologist is seeing this and it's like, that's incorrect, you shouldn't see the teeth like that, do not care. I do not care. What are you doing here, radiologists? Be gone. You chilling, Bean? Being chilling? Extra, Valdevia banishes radiologists. Like there's some kind of spirits. He's so cute when he's out here. He hasn't stopped purring. Obviously the mic can't pick that up, but he has not stopped purring since the moment he got up before. He's still at it. He's still purring. Nope. You're going? You're off on a little adventure? He's going to have dinner. Have I seen Vitter Carnies? I've heard about it, but I haven't really never seen it. We went to visit a friend in the hospital yesterday. They're doing great, just recovering from an invasive biopsy. And we had to wear extra protective gear because apparently they have a holdover warning on their medical file for being a special little freak. It's some sort of super E. coli. Oh, drug-resistant E. coli. Those are very annoying. Like, I have cat hair in my mouth, sorry. Drug-resistant bacteria in general, they are annoying, but E. coli specifically, and that family of bacteria, when they become drug resistant, they can be super tough to deal with. Just because we don't have like a lot of weapons in our arsenal, in our antibiotic arsenal for that family. So then when they start becoming resistant to the few things we got, you're left with not a lot to fight them, if that makes sense. If you and Trevor Henderson combined to make analog horror series, I wouldn't really make analog horror. I think it's pretty played out. It's been that whole, like, that style has been done so many times that I don't think there's a lot to add to it. Are you causing chaos, Bean? It's playing with a backpack, I think. Bean is such a little suck. Suck is Canadian vernacular for a pet that is being a suck up, playing cute. Oh, Bean is a little suck. Remember to take your antibiotics correctly, and not because you want to. Yeah, exactly. If you ever get a course of antibiotics, you have to take it entirely. Take that course in full. Even if you feel better, keep taking those antibiotics for as long as you've been told to. Because if you don't, there's probably going to be a little bacteria there that survived. And that bacteria that survived is probably the one that's the most resistant to the antibiotic, and that's how antibiotic resistances are created. And Bean, what are you doing? What's up? Yeah, he's playing with a backpack. As long as you don't damage it, you're fine. You forgot to take your antibiotic. Thanks for reminding me. The PSA worked. Never fuck with antibiotics. Take us. Yeah, set up alarms. That's a good habit. Okay, so with this, I think we can make something good. I'm gonna delete all the other images because I think we got ours. Gonna move this a little bit to center it. Bean, you're doing mayhem. Pilonidal cysts. Ooh, those hurt a lot. I've never had it, but I had a friend who did. We got once, and God, that hurt so bad. So Dredge reposted my art. Yeah, they reached out on Twitter, like, can we repost the fan art that you made? It's like, yeah, that's cool. Go play Dredge, the game, if you haven't. Really fun little game. I should play, I still haven't played any of the, basically anything that came out since launch. So any of the DLC and free updates that they did. I know now you can like customize your ship. There's a new DLC area. They added a crab aberrations, which is fun. If you don't know, Dredge is a fishing game with like horror themes, and it's really fun. You just go out fishing. If you go out fishing at nights to catch like specific night fish, you will start slowly going insane, and monsters will chase you, and some of the fish beam some of the fish will have like special like rare versions of the normal fish, which is an aberration, and they look so cool, and they did fan art of one of them. It's just like a shark, but instead of being a regular shark, it's just a huge mouth full of teeth. So yeah, go play Dredge if you haven't. Okay, we got our base here. It only took us 1.5 hours of speaking. And being, let me get that for you. It's, if you heard like stick noises, like this noise, that's this toy. He was going wild with it. Normally I have it like stuck in between his little cushion here, and like just hanging out of the table so he can play with this. But he managed to get it loose. Putting it there again. Not a fan of liminal land. Uses AI art. Yeah. That sucks. Thanks for the save reminder. Cat cam. I wish the cat cam could go all the way there. Let me see if there's a good angle. I don't think so. No, because it has to go. He's under the table right now, so I can't really show him unless he's on the table or on the bed. So first order of business, we're going to increase the contrasts between the teeth and the rest, just so we can see them better. This part here is just a little blurry, like all the teeth kind of mashed together. And I wonder if we're going to do the same for these teeth here. At least I'm going to define them so they're quite visible. Bean! That was jump scare. My tablet suddenly went like across the table. He pulled on the cable from the other side. You little creature. You're going to air jail for kitty crimes. Anything to say in your defense? He's doing this with his fingers. Oh, I can't stay mad at you. How can I be mad at you? wild these past few streams. Very entertaining, but very chaotic. Shh. Be careful there. He was trying to eat my stamps. It was really expensive. Please don't eat the stamps. I gotta send postcards soon. No. No. He likes attacking my tablet pen. You just flip him over and give him a raspberry on the tummy. No, but if he attacks my pen, I will. Need to go to bed. Go to bed. Sleep. Sleep isn't important. He attacked my pen. Okay, you're getting a raspberry. Your punishment. His punishment for baby crimes. What? You're not from the US? No, I'm from Spain. Baby punishment for baby crimes, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna try just painting the teeth in soft light. The thing about X-rays is you can't really think about them the same way as regular pictures, because they're not, you know, you're not seeing just the front of something, you're seeing everything from the front to the back imposed on a 2D surface. So everything is translucent by definition. You can't just paint with solid things unless they're like, you know, something so dense that it would block everything, every single bit of X-ray that goes through it. So using things like soft light or low opacity layers to paint that would be the best, I think. I think I'm going to use a normal layer on low opacity and a soft light. Yeah, that song was Plants vs. Zombies before. This one's Avatar. The good Avatar, the animated show. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that they twist around and they pierce whatever is on top of them. And each of them is going to be a different length. I'm not gonna have them all be the same, because I think that would be pretty boring. And some of them, like maybe they can branch out too. That could be fun. Why have you not been on the nose? He's not in my vicinity right now. He's having some dinner. We'll give him a boop later. They are literal teeth vines. Yeah. It's just big spikes that grow out. And you can't just have them be like this, right? That would be boring. That would be that wouldn't be realistic. it should be like pretty organic growth. So stuff that winds around and this is gonna be a tumor, right? It's gonna be a cancer. And I think what I'm thinking is that it's gonna be a benign cancer in terms of how it grows and the morphology and stuff. Like it's a cancer that's made out of like a pretty distinct, specialized cells, but because of the location and the characteristics of where and how it grows, it becomes malignant, which is a thing. For example, in the brain, every cancer is malignant. Despite some of those malignant cancers being benign in how they grow and the speed they grow at, the type of tissues and stuff, if they were anywhere else in the body, they would be benign. But when you have anything growing in the brain is a closed box with only enough space for the brain, a little more. If you get anything else growing in there, it's going to compress the brain around it, and that's going to end up being lethal, right? Because at some point there's too much pressure in the brain herniates like outside of the skull. Basically, it has to like go somewhere, so it just pops out like through the base of the skull and you die, pretty much. So that's why like every brain tumor is, you know, malignant kind of by definition, even though some are more or less aggressive. This would be the same case. Like it would be a benign tumor that is just malignant because of the way it grows. It keeps growing until it reaches the brain, and then pierces it, gives you lobotomy. I guess it's not necessarily lethal, but it would in most cases be. Mousetrap tongue. Your April Fool's joke, you were awful. Did you like that one? Did you guys all see my April Fool's joke? Just imagine getting one of these pulled. Ooh! Count Dooku made a metal album. Yeah, Christopher Lee. He's a really interesting individual. He fought in the special forces in World War II, and apparently saw some pretty gnarly shit. And then he played Lord of the Rings, and then he made metal music. He has a Christmas metal album that he released. This is so wacky. Need to go to sleep now, 5 AM. Okay, bells. Sleep well. But yeah, just as Gloomy says, brain teratoma versus uterus teratoma. Uterus teratoma is a benign cancer, in most cases. A teratoma in the brain, despite being benign, you have to remove it or it'll kill you. So it becomes malignant in behavior, even though it isn't in, morphology. You tell me I don't have to spend 150 at Claire's for my lobotomy anymore. Finally, cheap, affordable lobotomy. Watching from a plane. We live in the future. I posted twice. That makes it funnier. Hey, Vishanti. You going somewhere cool? Okay, I'm not gonna do every single tooth because, you know, they kind of bunch up in the back here. And we gotta keep some semblance of clarity. Also, I'm painting them too bright. Like this wouldn't really make sense. But once I'm finished doing the shapes that I like, I will tone it down just enough. Because it needs to be translucent, way more translucent than this. How would this be treated? Removing the front of the face, probably. If it's at this stage, otherwise you just remove the teeth. I mean, the least realistic part of it is like, why would this affect all of your teeth instead of just one? But it has to look cool, so I will take that artistic liberty. Also, if you're wondering, this would happen really slowly. Like, it would slowly grow into your face. At first, you know, you get your nasal cavity, your sinuses, you'd start getting a lot of sinus infections. And you would have more trouble breathing through your nose. Eventually is when it gets to your eye sockets. Once it gets there, you're blind. And then it's just basically a ticking clock until it reaches your brain. And when it does, it's probably not going to kill you because it pierces your brain, because you can actually lose a bunch of your frontal lobe, as lobotomies indicate, and survive. But the issue is that you now have a direct connection between your mouth, which is one of the, like, in terms of bacteria, one of the dirtiest parts of your body, if not the dirtiest. And you got a direct connection between your mouth and your brain. That's going to lead to a brain infection, like, extremely quickly. And that's going to kill you. If not the first brain infection, definitely the second one. If not that, the third one. You're like that's where it becomes deadly. It doesn't become deadly directly. Like a lot of cancers, right? It's not the cancer that kills you with like pressure somewhere, but it facilitates. Oh, that's, if you hear sand noises, that's Bean. Bean is taking a shit. Good for him. I just scheduled a dentist appointment. Thanks, jerk. The cool part is family. The not cool part is Texas. I'm sure there's cool stuff to see in Texas. I don't know. If you want more teeth references, I can send one of your X-rays. Your wisdom teeth are laying down and napping. Even though I'm gonna use this picture for this, send that X-ray if you want to share it with people. Send it to the Discord, to the channel called Sacrificial Altar. That's really noisy. I hope it's the mic doesn't pick it up too much, but everyone's hearing Bean poop. If only he knew. Hey Rango, teeth indeed. Okay, thankfully it seems like, at least when I'm not speaking, the mic doesn't pick it up. So the noise filter is doing its work. Phineas Gage. Oh, that's a really fun story. If you don't know, Phineas Gage is a guy who got a metal rod that exploded near him and went through his eye socket like this, up through his brain, and went out the other side. and he survived. He survived, and he lived a long life after that. But he became a completely different person. That's because he got basically lobotomized. He lost his frontal lobe, which carries a lot of the like social inhibitions of a person. If you've ever seen a person who's, because of a stroke or something like that, who's lost a lot of their frontal lobe, they are like really, really uncomfortable people to be around, because they will say anything that's on their mind. So, you know, I have a friend, female friend, who studied medicine with me, and before studying medicine, she was a nurse, and she told me about one time that she went into a patient's room, and who you know was we say frontalized, like he lost his frontal lobe in a stroke, and he would not stop catcalling her. And it's like, you can't really, you know, you can't really confront him about it. He's literally like missing the part of his brain that's telling you can't like sexually harass people, but still like incredibly uncomfortable. I did study medicine, Cass. Whole 6 years of it. 7 if you count the year I studied for an exam. Gonna make one spike protrude into the brain a lot more. You didn't know I studied medicine, Cass. I should mention it more. I have it on my Twitter bio. I'm gonna have this row of teeth expand a little bit, but it's gonna be way less than the other. I'm currently, see me silently doing this. I'm currently trying to figure out if there's a way I can explain, like medically explain, why every single tooth is affected instead of just being one. Because if it was a regular cancer, it would just be one tooth, right? But if it was some sort of like hormonal activation of like growth factors that make teeth, whatever, like fetal growth factors determine the construction of teeth, those suddenly get activated, and suddenly you start, your teeth have to start growing and growing, which could be cancerous. You could have a tumor that produces that growth factor, but the tumor would be somewhere else. So the way to cure it would be to find and extract the tumor that's creating the growth hormone that's making your teeth grow without stopping. That'll be a fun twist, right? Like the cancer is not in the teeth. And it's not like out of left field. Like this is a thing that happens in real life. You'll have cancers that produce growth hormone, like regular growth hormone, and they will, you know, make your bones grow and make it like basically a case of gigantism. Is that how you say it? Yeah, you'll start growing a ton, and like not a good way. Back in the good old days of America, we just to get lobotomies on the job for free. Depending on the kind of brain damage, you can end up with a whole new accent because it affects speech parts of the brain. Yeah, or you can lose a language. You can lose your mother's tongue and only be able to speak your second tongue, because those are jump scared. Hello, little man. Okay, go to your bed. Yeah, your different languages that you learn are stored in different places. You know, if you're getting, let's say, brain surgery because of, you know, a tumor, and the tumor is right around the speech part of the brain, you'll have cases where the surgeon and the patient have to decide, like, okay, I'm gonna lose German, or, you know, whatever. You know, like, I mean, in my case, I know Spanish, French as my second like mother tongue, and English. I could have a tumor that's like right where, you know, the English is stored. Basically, it doesn't work exactly like that. It's not like, you know, English is in this little part, but generally, like your mother's tongue and second languages are stored a bit differently, so they're going to be in like slightly different places. So yeah, cutting around the tumor, you might have a case where like you have to cut around the tumor, and it's like, okay, you have a kind of a choice. Will you lose English, or will you lose Spanish? And it's like, oh fuck, what do I do? Check the operating room. What you got for me? Whoa, teeth. 3 teeth. All those are bunched up. There's a severing of the corpus callosum. Yeah. Always an interesting surgery that can create some funky side effects. Magic Smoothie, thank you for the follow. You actually got to sever the corpus callosum of sheep brain for bio, really? Oh, the preserved brain, okay. For those who don't know, the corpus callosum is in your brain. Just gonna try it on here because I got a skull. Right, you got a left side and a right side of your brain, right? And they're kind of split down the middle like this, and you know, well, kind of do like this if you cut it on the side. In any case, in between them, there is a connection. They don't operate independently. Up over here, approximately, have a really large connection called the corpus callosum, and this is basically just like white matter. It's just the neurons going from one side to the other. You can't cut this and live. It's not vital, but it's quite important to coordination of the brain. But in some cases, you get people with like really hard to control epilepsy, where doing this will literally like cure their epilepsy. Not like strictly like that, but it's like kind of the only viable treatment. So sometimes you cut it, and you know, sometimes maybe like a stroke will damage it. Stuff like that will lead to like partial cases, but what will happen is the left and right side of your brain will kind of are not able to cooperate anymore. So in the left side of your brain, there's your speech center, right? And the right side of your brain receives the left side of your visual fields. So not the information from the left eye, but the left side of both your eyes. It goes to the right side, and on the left side, for most people, for some people it's kind of different, on the left side, you're going to have your speech center. So if you cover this person's the visual fields, so they can, you're only testing like their left side of the visual fields, and you tell them to describe something that they're seeing, like you put the letter A, let's say, and on the left side of their fields, it's going to go here, right? It's going to go to this part of the brain. But now that information, it can be processed on here. So this person is understanding that they're seeing the letter A. They know what they're seeing, but the information can't go through here and reach the speech center. So they can't tell you. And that's wild. Like that's the brain is wild sometimes. Thank you for the save reminder. Pre-brain infection time. Anyway, that has been Brain Facts with Val. For a small fee, you can subscribe to Brain Facts with Val. Ooh, soft lights repeated twice looks pretty good. You got a laparoscopic surgery last year? And we know what it was for. Obviously, you're absolutely free not to respond with personal medical information, but I am curious. Okay, so for the parts, since soft light doesn't really affect the parts that are black, I need to paint those over manually. There's an idea that severing the corpus callosum basically made two personalities in one body. But yeah, no, it's not that. Like, you know, it doesn't create two personalities or two individual brains. It just, because you are your whole brain, right? You're not two sides of your brain cooperating. That makes sense. But when there are some specific things that are localized to one side of the brain, like speech is on the left side of the brain, and it's for those really specific things, something that is on the right side of your brain, it can't reach like your speech center, so it can't like coordinate well. So if you have this, like you won't like lose your mind or be two different people controlling like two different sides of your body. But in some cases, you might need to, let's say something is on the left side of your field of view, you won't be able to like verbally understand what's happening. So you'll have to look at it with the right side of your brain. And I assume that's something you'll kind of learn how to do if you have it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. You passed the gallstone. Ooh. It's annoying. Took the whole gallbladder, yeah. Not recommend, yeah. Gallbladder stones can be really painful, I've heard. Left brain needs to get a better talkie. You can train it. You can train anything. Brains are really plastic. In the sense that they can adapt. I thought I was dying, which apparently is normal for passing gallstone. Yeah, I have heard as much. Your mom is plastic. Hey! Be nice to my mom. UK Unleashed. Thank you for the follow. Still feels too drawn on. Let me see if I darken everything or if I brighten everything. Trying to see what happens. Kitty, yeah. It's very sleepy. Val's mom is great. She birthed horror snow. I couldn't even imagine. And she's also a great artist. I showed you guys her Instagram, right? She opened an Instagram to do like pet portraits. Because she loves like painting just like animal portraits in general. May I ask where you're from? I'm from Spain. This makes it a little easier to see. But you know, also the teeth do pop out a lot. Hold on, I want to check something. This is all the layers that I painted. This is great. It's just a creature in and of itself. A friend. Googly eyes. That's perfect. Let me add them.
Dios mío, la criatura.
Toonie Dan, thank you for the follow. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. Actually, I'm thinking that maybe I should have some of the spikes go up into the eye socket, to be honest. Because they already go through this one. But,
Perfection.
Papyrus, it is papyrus. Have them go towards an ear. I mean, from the front it would make sense, but from the side it would have to cross like all through this. I'm making the eye sockets darker, just to make it a bit clearer to people, because some people might think this is the eye sockets. Bean is snoring very, very soft. Good night, Wen. Sleep well. Okay. Let this one kind of branch out inside the eye. And some of these little spikes, obviously we can't see like which direction they're going, if they're going towards the front or the back. But some of these spikes would kind of come out of the face, kind of break out through the skin. I think my problem here is that looks, and it is, I know it's the objective, but it looks like the teeth are like either too bright or just kind of like superimposed on top of the whole thing, which they literally are. Yeah, maybe they just need a little less opacity in general. And just to kind of drive the point, very literal point home, maybe we add a few little spikes going in the blank areas, basically. So like in the sinuses. Is that how you say it? I don't think it's sinai, so I'm gonna go with sinuses. Yeah, just letting them grow inside here. Since that's the part where we get more contrast naturally, it'll hopefully help visibility, despite, you know, things being a little bit more low opacity. You're a third of the way to 100k. Oh my god, you're evil. I'm gonna save so nobody gets the idea. I'm playing solitaire while watching the stream. You bought physical deck of cards. That's fun. Used to play a lot of solitaire as a kid in the summers when we were kids. We would go to my grandpa's house, like out in the village, and there was no internet there and no TV, so we had to. We read a lot of books, and yeah, we had to play solitaire. Eventually we had a computer there because my mom had to work. She did like graphic design stuff, and yeah, she had to work while there in the summer. So we had her computer, which wasn't like plugged into the internet, it was just the computer on its own. But we did like before going there, I downloaded a bunch of little Steam games I could afford, and we played those all summer. Sinai is a mount in the Bible. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that one. And also the parts that I drew in are very clean looking, and everything needs to be a little bit grainy and dirty. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna take everything in the teeth group here. Gonna create a new layer, put it inside here, make it black, and take all of these. No, wait, if I put that in screen mode, it's definitely gonna be a difference. Yeah. Okay, so let me just create a grain mask. Or a grain texture, basically. And it'll add grain to the whole thing, but that's probably a good thing, because it'll equalize the grain all over. And smooth things out a little. Okay, Hammy. Have a good sleep. Thanks for coming. Okay, making the grain a little chunkier. So you can see the difference. It's just a bit bigger. Fun with your dental nightmare. You know I'll have fun with it. I love this. Your computer died? Oh no. Is it okay? Did you manage to get it working? Yeah, okay. Thank goodness. I know what it is to have a computer scare. After the one I had a couple weeks ago where my cooling broke and suddenly I turned on my computer and I started getting a bunch of overheating alerts. It's like, oh no, what happened? Okay, let's try the classic blur plus sharpen. Yeah, I think I might need to just sharpen the drawn teeth in general so the edges are not so blurry. So let's finish this filter and then we'll give that a try. Since this filter will kind of help us get the contrast right. So I'm gonna have the shadows be very dark so we can get a nice pop from the teeth. Which is incidentally also the sound that teeth would make when they breach through into your brain. The edible is hitting. Lilith, did you just eat my forever weed? Forever weed. The Val's version of the never-ending gobstopper. It would be so much cheaper, but yeah, but then you wouldn't have to always be like high in front of your parents or at work and trying to hide it. And I think the stress of that would definitely beat the convenience. I'd just be terrified. This happened to the bottom teeth where they poke out of the chin or curve into the jaw. I kind of started doing it a little bit on the bottom teeth, but I wanted to focus on the top ones. Okay, let's see. What if I filter smart sharpen? Kind of hard to see where I'm pointing, but okay, so I'm looking at this spot here and sharpening it kind of helps with the edge, yeah. So let's, you know, it's a pretty expensive filter, so I'm gonna wait for it to render. If this was on my new computer, it wouldn't happen. But okay, we'll do the same thing. Smart sharpen. Same settings and everything. On all the other, like, tooth layers. Actually went to work 5 or 2 years straight. You're brave. That was a really powerful one if it lasted 2 years, yeah. Prototype forever weed. Let's see if that did anything. It definitely sharpened it a little. But maybe I'll apply it again. Let's see. There are some bits that still feel too fuzzy, and I'm not really sure in which layer there are. I might just be confusing it with stuff in the background that's fuzzy. Yeah, that's probably it. I'm also going to try for the center of the tooth to be a little brighter than the edge. And then, oh, I can probably do a little bit of the canal inside. We don't have to show it like everywhere. Can be a little faint in a lot of places, but since we can actually see it in the real teeth, I think it would be a fun detail to add. DTK, thank you for the follow. Typical wisdom teeth growth. This might not be what it looks like when your wisdom teeth starts growing, but this is what it feels like. Or it starts pushing against the others. Yeah, that's a nice touch. I like having the canal inside. Oh yeah, I forgot the googly eyes. They're right here on top. Esper, welcome. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing? This is beautiful. This looks incredible. Let me hit it with either a little less blur. Yeah, it's 2.8. It's 4.3 here. Let me hit it with a little more sharpen. Okay, I need your eyes. I need your eyes as chat, as the audience who isn't like trained in seeing X-rays. Does this look right to you? Like, you know, considering it's teeth growing inside your face, does it look like it makes sense? And do you get what's going on inside this person's face? Obviously there's going to be an explanation with it, so we're not depending entirely on just the visuals, but with that brief explanation of it's the teeth, like the roots of the teeth growing inwards. Do you get it with the visual? It looks like an X-ray, feels clear, it looks right to me. Nice, nice, nice. Around the eyes looks a little strange. Like here? Like these little strands? Always loved your art. It's definitely inspired me several times when I do your writing for TTRPGs. Some of your creepers do stuff help inspire the side effects for having magic. Ooh, nice. That sounds super cool. Thank you so much, TTK. It's tickling the brain. That's a nice way of putting it. The eyes look odd. Like these are the eye sockets here. What looks odd about them to you guys? I darkened them a bit. Maybe that's it. If you're wondering, this is just empty space. Does look like he has eyebrows. That's just because it's taken a little bit like this. So what you're getting is your brow kind of imprinted in front of your eyes a little bit of the eye sockets. So it does have this sort of shape. Slightly angry looking, but it's just the angle. We're kind of seeing the skull like this instead of like this. The only weirdness is I can't tell if the roots of the teeth are meant to follow nerve paths or following their way in. They're just digging in. They're just digging in. Going up and smashing through whatever they find. Yeah, I do get the confusion. I think one thing I might do is Let me hide this, go back here. In these layers where I can darken the face in general, I can let this bone show up a little more. That's here we're looking at, right? Let that pop out a bit more. And make these sockets a little darker. And it's true that it does look angry. That's funny. It's like an evil skull. Just looks just like some flames around it. We're toothing it up in chat. Yeah, it's looking out. It's probably just because I'm not used to looking at X-rays. That's completely reasonable explanations. X-rays can be like hard to interpret, especially if they're at a slightly different angle to what you're used to. Long teeth indeed. So welcome into town, if that's how you pronounce it. It looks like the tooth is going straight through the eyeball. That's exactly what it's doing, yeah. Just popping through. Double skull emoji your phone suggested. I think, yeah, that's the one we have on the Discord, right? Where it's just like a skull on top of a skull. Or an elongated skull with 4 eyes. Reminds me of those pigs whose tusks grow back into their skulls. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Pyro. Teeth are over-rooting, yes. What if I, hold on, what if I had like one of these roots pop through as well, just outside? Just one of them? Just a little bit, just like this. Imagine how painful this would be. Like your entire face getting pierced from the inside. Little dangler as a treat. Grab the exposed nerve. If the teeth grew too long and penetrated the frontal lobe, it would be like a primitive lobotomy. Yes. Exactly. Tooth root goatee. Little tooth hair to fiddle with. Oh, we need to sign this too. Should I sign it with the teeth? It's a possibility. We can do it. We can just cross a few of the roots in front of each other. What will you name this disease? I haven't figured that out yet. See, the thing is, I don't know that much about like real tooth disease, because that's not the doctor's arena. But yeah, the the dentistry schools get angry if doctors learn too much about teeth. They gotta keep their turf. Yeah, there's a beef between maxillary surgeons and dentists. It's a whole thing. There's a partially complete signature already at the top. You mean how this intersects with this little thing? Could see that, but I think it would be more fun if it was made entirely out of teeth, and this is just like a random little thing on the skull. Yeah, it is. I'm thinking here. And then this one does this. Bam. Easy. Oh, I moved my whole table. Bean, are you sleeping with your eyes open again? He's just watching me. Always watching. Sleepy boy. Doctor Arena like a gladiatorial ring. Yeah, that's where the doctors and dentists fight. And each year they decide who takes who takes the teeth and who takes the maxillary bones. Just realized this bit here was too dark, especially when I darkened it at the end, so I'm gonna brighten that. I'm also noticing these teeth here that haven't finished growing. Just the wisdom teeth that haven't popped out here. But I think I'll leave those as is. It's funnier if, you know, for once the wisdom teeth are not doing anything. They're just being chill. Okay, let's apply the signature and everything here. Ivorare, that's how you say it. Thank you for the follow. And thanks, Spicy Bean. Yeah, I think the name of the disease, we gave it like a fancy medical name, would probably be like something like something ending in odontia, which is tooth in Latin. So let's put on the Googlies. So it would be something odontia, however you pronounce that. But we already have something really similar to that. One previous piece of tooth horror was this. I called it monodontia. So mono for one, odontia for tooth. One tooth. Or single tooth. And so yeah, if I did something odontia, it would feel very similar. So maybe I have to avoid this. I feel like hyperodontia. But yeah, I think I might try to avoid this, so it doesn't feel too close to the other one. Yeah, good. Could be like malignant, roots, hypertrophy. But maybe there's a better word for roots. Like roots is in English, at least the word for it. But it could be dentin. It could be referring to the dentin. So if you don't know, your teeth have like several layers, which, hold on, I can draw them here. We have the tooth here. And the roots here. And we cut it in the middle. You have like this bit here, which is like the enamel, I think it's called in English. It's like the hard part, right? That's what you clean. And then inside you have your dentin, and with the dentin, which makes up most of the tooth, and it's also hard, but not as hard as the enamel. And then inside all of this, you got the root canal, which is basically a little bundle of blood vessels, nerves, all the stuff that the tooth needs to live. And yeah, it's basically how it works. So this is enamel, this is the dentin. So all this to say, could be instead of roots, could be dentin. Dentinal, maybe? I don't know if that's a word. Let me search. And hold on, just give me. Okay, let me go to Wikipedia for dentin. Search for dentin. Dentinal. Yes, dentinal is the word. So that could be an option. Malignant dentinal hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. instead of giving it a Latin name, you give it a more like modern English name, which, you know, could be in real life, since every like modern disease name is just like an acronym from English words. So could be MDH, and yeah, MDH or MRH. Are these meant to be the deciduous teeth or secondary? Secondary, I feel like. I feel like this happens later in life, when suddenly like a tumor somewhere starts spewing out like growth, like very specific growth factors that specifically target your teeth and just makes them freak out and start growing. And since they can't grow through the enamel because it's already hard, they start growing in. Radix. Radix is a term for roots. Oh, in English? In Latin? Could be, if we were to make a Latin word, we have to take like the roots, ironically, of the word radix and combine it with something else into like a single word instead of like, you know, a whole phrase. Hyperradix is metal as hell. A bit too much, I think. Endodontic hypertrophy is pretty good too. Endodontic would mean endo inside, odontic tooth. And hypertrophy just means enlarged. Malignant, etc. Macro radix could be. I think realistically it would probably be something like this, because disease names are like modern disease names are really boring and long and specific. Instead of coming up with cool names, people come up with really long descriptors, which, you know, it's fine, it's more scientific maybe, but where's the fun? Where's the fun of naming them something fancy sounding? Imagine having teeth in your uterus. Well, imagine no more that exists. That's a teratoma for you, which can happen in the uterus. That's where the area where it most commonly happens. Not always inside, but around there. But sometimes inside. So you're welcome for the nightmares, Lilith. Nightmares that Bean is not having. Such a sleepy boy, and he has bundled up all of his paws into one little package there. They're all here. I don't even know which one are the front, which one are the back paws. They're just all mixed together there. Wasn't there a horror movie called Teeth? Probably. Pretty likely, I would say. Be nightmare. No more treats. No, I can't be. We just did this with his fingers. I knew you weren't sleeping. You were looking at me. You were looking at me, giving me the side eye. You know, I can see you. You're not as sneaky as you claim to be. He's still very sleepy though. Yeah. So cute. Ridicular. That's I think you hit the spot right there, Stephanie. Ridicular is pertaining to the roots, yes. That's better than dentinal too. So MRH. My writing on a tablet is so bad. I think we got it. Just gonna write it on a clean layer so I can remember tomorrow. Hypertrophy. There we go. This is what it actually looks like, in case you forgot. Keep the tooth as a skull tattoo. I don't know if you realize that tattoos don't work like that. If you wanted to have a tattoo that showed up on an X-ray, you would have to fill it with metal, basically. A lot of metal. That would probably make it show up in white, so it'd be inverted. A lead tattoo. Sounds like a completely safe thing to get. A lead tattoo to protect you from the government reading your thoughts. I love when he just spreads out his fingers like this. So cute, Bean. Root structure growing out of the front of the forehead like horns. If you let it grow out enough, if you guide its growth. I'll get uranium instead. Definitely dense enough to register an X-ray. No, that would actually mess up the whole X-ray, because it would create its own radiation, and it would kind of taint the... I think, what would it do? It would create a huge like black spots in the middle of the image, wherever you put it. Right? Because if you implanted a little chip of uranium here, what it would do is it would you know, in an X-ray, what you're seeing when it's black, it means that all the X-rays went through. When it's white, it means that some of the X-rays got stopped in your skull by the bone. So if you had something that produced radiation in the X-ray, what it would do is basically create a huge black spots, because it is emitting its own radiation, so that radiation would get to the plates and would register as if, yeah, you know, all the X-rays passed through. I think that's how it would work. That would be my guess. In a sudden growth spurt, one of the roots bursts out of your skull, impaling the person next to you. My secret attack. They'll never see that coming. With a small quantity of non-fissile uranium, you'd have black noise over it. Yeah, it might be... I guess it depends on how concentrated the radiation it gives out is. If it just gives a lot of like diffuse radiation, it would probably... yeah, it would probably look like noise more than anything. I don't know. It's fun, interesting to think about. Let's try. Any volunteers to implant some radioactive material inside your body and then test it out on X-ray? It's not a paid opportunity. It's just for science. Give it a try. It'll be fun. If they kept someone alive through this disease, would the roots eventually become more macro structures? Could a person turn into a tree? That would be wild. If they don't die of an infection first, because that's what would get you. Like the real danger of this disease is not directly like the roots going through your brain or your eye, but the fact that, you know, literally like a connection between the dirtiest part of your body, which is the mouth, and your brain would exist, which would allow bacteria to just climb through it and get into your brain and cause very nasty infections. That would be what would kill you. Probably. I think that's either that or the one of the teeth roots randomly penetrating through an important blood vessel, which, you know, there is. Oh, okay. I think depending on your luck, it would be either infection or it penetrating through in the base of the brain. There is basically like a really big vein. It's I don't know how to call it in English, but it's a... I mean, it's just turned around. Now it's a little cat ball. It's basically not really a vein, but a little pool where a lot of the blood collects. And it's kind of central to the brain, right? It's where a lot of the blood, after going through the arteries, the unoxygenated blood collects there and then goes back. So if you create a clot there, that's basically game over. Like, that's pretty much a death sentence. That would probably happen if any of the teeth penetrated through that. It would create a clot. It would stop circulation to the brain by increasing the pressure, and you're toast. I think that would probably be the quickest way to. It would definitely be a better way to go than brain infection, I feel like. I feel like it would be more instant. It would be quicker. Yes, carotid sinus. Sinus? How do you even pronounce that? I'm going to Google. Oh, not the carotid sinus. You're thinking of the one here. It's also called the sinus, though. Let me look it up and see the translation in English. Cavernoso. English. Cavernous sinus. That's what I was thinking about. It's, yeah, basically a cavity where the blood pools up. What if the brain wasn't an issue? Like, where could some people getting speared through the brain? Yeah, the spearing through the brain wouldn't be the issue. It would be what comes with it, the bacteria, and, you know, the circulatory stuff. What kind of spooky shit you see when you have a brain infection? Maybe you'd see like weird lights and stuff if it was all the way back there. Back here, that's where you see. That's where the initial processing of your eye signals go. The visual cortex, cavernous sinus, or big nose hole. You need to keep them in a completely sterile environment. Yep, definitely. Oh yeah, and there is I was specifically thinking of cavernous sinus because there is, and that one's especially dangerous because right through it, like you can imagine this little pool of blood. There is an artery that goes inside of it, and it's not just like any artery. It's like the anterior carotid artery, which is vital to the brain. So if you get a clot, what can happen is it stops circulation through the internal carotid artery, which that's like bye-bye to the brain. So or if it breaks, if you puncture the carotid artery, you get arterial blood going into a venous cavity. So like, you know, basically like artery and vein blood mixing together, which is also pretty fucked. Could I use this as a writing idea? Absolutely. And the disease is becoming a god tree. Yeah, go for it. That sounds super fun. If you do, let me know. Show me the final thing if you want to, of course. But yeah, I wonder. I think it would be entirely dependent on your luck and like where the teeth decide to grow if you die from getting an artery punctured or something, or an infection. I think in most cases, just because of, you know, sheer luck, it would be the infection though. The random brain damage mutterings being interpreted as oracular statements. Yes. that sounds like a really good writing prompt. Yeah. As for me, I think that's where we're gonna leave it for today. It's got a pretty complete image, even though we spent most of the stream just yapping. I do enjoy the yapping a lot. So thank you for just listening to me as I don't work on this for long extended periods of time because I have one tangent to go through. I'm gonna save this as a JPEG, and yeah, I'll probably see this around on Twitter and places tomorrow if I don't find anything else to work, like anything else to add to it before then. We'll see. But yeah, you'll probably see it tomorrow. I'm trying to post this like the next day, because if I stop myself from posting it because I'm like, oh, I gotta change a few things, then I'll just not do it and keep postponing it, and then I'll never feel like I'm finished. So I like just like pushing it out there and being like, it's not perfect, but it's there, it's done, I can move on. I think that's good for my brain. So yeah, you'll probably see this like pushed out real soon. Legs hurt, probably a 3 meter long parasitic worm. You might want to take care of that, yeah. Thank you, DTK and Spicy. Y'all, thanks for being here. Bean, you want to say anything to chat before we go? I'm gonna flip the bean. Hello. Bean here. He wants to say bye to you. And me too. Y'all, I will see you tomorrow if all goes well. I'll probably do another one of these. I don't know the prompts though. I have quite a few prompts to go through. So we'll see. We'll see what we choose. I'll kind of play it by ear, I think. So yeah. Have an amazing time zone and take care.